The Cowboys have won 3 in a row. The Cooper Rush magic continues. Let's make sure we don't jinx it. If you want the Cowboys to beat the Rams, improve to 4-1, and keep on stacking wins over perhaps their most toughest challenge without Dak Prescott so far this year, like the video right now. It is proven, backed by science, if you like the video, the Cowboys are more likely to win the game. Don't be the one who helps the Cowboys lose. Like today's video right now. This is the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. We're in a preview today as the Cowboys hit the road. Well, hit the road. It's L.A., and there are more Cowboys fans than there are Rams fans. Dallas is a 4-point underdog. Now, I'll make note, the line on this game has been all over the place. It opened as a 6.5-point Rams advantage in the early lines. As Monday Night Football went on, it dipped to as low as 3.5. Now it's settled in around 4. That's a pretty significant swing because, as we'll get into, the Rams look terrible against San Francisco. Dallas actually has the better record so far this year, as neither team has really done much on offense. Now, the Cowboys have the excuse of a bad first game and backup QBs. The Rams, your defending champs, are averaging fewer points per game than the Cowboys are. This is not, at least so far this year, the Rams team that we remember from last year. Now, here's how the Cowboys got here. 3 straight wins over the Bengals, the Giants, and the Commanders. Are any of those teams good? I don't think so. But I don't think the Rams have beaten a good team yet. They got blown out by the Bills in Week 1, snuck by a Falcons team that's not that great. If we've watched the Cardinals play football, it hasn't been very good. They've been kind of a mess this year. They are a 3-point underdog, or they were the Cardinals are underdogs. They lose by 8. Both teams are 2-2 in Week 3. Then they get embarrassed by the Niners. As we'll get into some of my keys to the game later on today, I think that's a pretty good sign of you can absolutely win this game, even with Cooper Rush in there. Let's talk Dak Prescott here. As pretty much has been expected the entire time, Dak is not going to play this week against the LA Rams. Technically speaking, the team hasn't officially confirmed and announced this, but he did not practice at all on Wednesday. Mike McCarthy has said he wants a full week of practice. There have been other reports saying he's not going to play from the Dallas Morning News. And this all kind of makes sense, right? The Cowboys are not going to rush him back. And to be clear, a Week 5 return for Dak Prescott was never really that realistic. That was like I think if we're being real here, oh my God, we're winless. Cooper Rush has played terrible. We're going to push Dak before he's actually healthy. That was Dr. Jerry being not medically licensed Dr. Jerry. It was always a long shot at best. Now, next week, Week 6 against the Eagles, Sunday Night Football. That one is a little bit more feasible. I would be hesitant to call that a guarantee. I think you've got to make sure Dak is actually healthy before you put him back out there. Plus, it's not like the Eagles are, an easy matchup. That's a very good pass rushing front up there. With all that's done a lot better this year. Got to get the ball quickly, etc. I don't think it's a guarantee Dak plays Week 6. I also think this is on the feet of your owner, Jerry Jones, for hyping up an unrealistic timeline. Even if Dak doesn't play Week 6, let's say he comes back Week 7, that's actually still on the earlier side of the typical return from this injury, this thumb injury. So I'm more optimistic about Week 6 than I was Week 5, but he's not going to play this week. So what do you think? What week will Dak Prescott end up returning to America's team? Make your predictions for me in the comment section. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there. Let me know. As for this game, the one that matters, right, the one we're previewing here, you can absolutely win this game with Cooper Rush. Now, we'll go more in depth on some of my keys to the game later on towards the back end of today's video. But hell yeah, you can win this football game. Rush has been a fantastic backup quarterback for you, exceeding every and all expectations. Again, we should be very, very happy Rush has played the way he's played. Have there been some moments of, you got lucky there? Sure. Does that matter that much when you keep on winning? Yeah, that's all that matters there in the end. Not the most accurate QB, but you'll take about 61% completion rate, 7.2 yards per attempt, and most importantly, 0 INTs. If Rush plays the way he has played last few weeks, yes, you can win this game. So who you got? Be honest with me in the comment section. R for the Rams, C for the Cowboys. Let me know in the comments section. Now, today's show is made possible by our sportsbook partner, BetUS, and up until kickoff of Week 5's matchup, we're bringing back the Cowboys jersey deal. Here's how you can get it. Number one is make sure you head over to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Cowboys125. Got to use that URL and that promo code when you put down at least $100. Then place a bet before kickoff. I keep throwing down 5 weeks on Kevontae Turpin, first one to score. One day it's going to hit. 125% deposit bonus when you do that. And you can get a Cowboys jersey as well. We've got, not every single one is available, but a pretty good options there. Micah, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, all available. Official Nike jerseys, by the way. Email us, jersey@chatsports.com for the jersey deal. A couple reasons. Why, we've got to confirm you actually signed up in a deposit with BetUS. We'll need your screenshot of your account, a screenshot of your first bet, your account number, etc. And then, we'll need your shipping information. Otherwise, we can't get you the jersey. That's not how it works. If you have any questions, if you want in on this deal, it's for new BetUS customers only, by the way. Simply email us, jersey@chatsports.com. Let's get in now to the Cowboys injury report. Updated here for you guys. Good news on Noah Brown. Had the neck injury he suffered late in the game, Week 4. Full participant on Wednesday. He's going to go. Connor McGovern is going to go. He's fine. Dalton Schultz, both guys came back from injuries last week. They're back out there. Full on Wednesday means you're playing on Sunday. Quinton Bohanna was limited on Wednesday with a neck/shoulder injury. Initially called a shoulder. Now it's being called neck/shoulder, so that's worth noting. But again, limited on Wednesday in most cases means you're playing. The big three safeties, all actually technically on the injury report, but all good news here. Malik Hooker, minor thumb, full, no worries there. Jayron Kearse is back. The three-headed monster is returning at safety. Kearse will play this week after missing the past couple games with that knee injury. Donovan Wilson was limited with an ankle. I will make note, Mike McCarthy has said this was more of a preemptive kind of management system. So what the Cowboys did, they love their GPS data and data. They're going to track the numbers, and if they're getting too high on the usage, they'll give them an easier day. That's been the implication there from Mike McCarthy with what's going on with Wilson. All three are going to play. The three who might not play, obviously we mentioned Dak's not going to go. Jourdan Lewis tweaked his groin pregame on Sunday. He did not participate on Thursday. We'll monitor that one. That, I think, is a true questionable at best right now. And Jake Ferguson, the rookie, also missed practice on Wednesday with a knee that had not been previously reported. So the Lewis and Ferguson injuries are the ones worth monitoring, with Dak already being officially ruled out for Cowboys-Rams in Week 5. Now, we will be live again for Cowboys-Rams. Producer Jeremy's going to be back, and we'll do some slapping, I'm sure. Hit that big red button and subscribe for more Cowboys videos all season long. The link is below, youtube.com/CowboysTV. Links in the comments, too. Simply hit that big red button and join us for free videos every single day. Let's go now with some keys to the game. I got 5 again, and a couple of them are pretty similar. We talked about rush, so I won't go too far there. Number 1, though, is a better running game. I thought this past weekend was a regression game for the Cowboys' game plan on the ground. Here was I love the next-gen stat stuff. It's all free. They chart all the plays. They put the graphics up here. Notice what the Cowboys did. A lot of stuff in between the tackles. Now, they went zone runs, inside zone, or I guess duo, if you want to call it that too. But it didn't work very well. What they did in Week 3 was very different. Look at the Tony Pollard usage. Look how spaced that is. You're getting it out wide. You're stressing the defense to the edges there. Even for Zeke, by the way. Look at this. It's wider. You're getting to the edges. You're getting big plays out there. The Cowboys abandoned, outside of one really bad toss play, the outside runs, the the gap pull stuff. And they typically run that, as my boy Landon McCool pointed out on Twitter. They like to run that more against, two deep safety looks and cover 2 stuff there when they have the numbers game in the box. And the Commanders have that great defensive line. The Rams tend to run more cover 2 stuff. At least they did last year with Raheem Morris. So I hope, or I should say, 2 shelled, 2 deep safeties, not always cover 2, could be cover 4 or 2-man under, so it's not always cover 2, but 2 deep safety stuff there. I hope they get back to that this week. Get it to the outside. Good things happen more than anything. All right, predict the score for me then of the Cowboys and the Rams game. I will give you my score prediction later on. I suspect you might like it, but let me know what you have to say in the comment section. Number 2. This is pretty common, right? The Cowboys pressure Matt Stafford. I put on my Twitter, by the way, some of those simulated pressures, the fire zone stuff where you're showing a 6-man rush. You only bring 4. You confuse the defense. The Niners got after Matthew Stafford in impressive fashion. I think, frankly, Dan Quinn and D'Amico Ryans are probably your 2 best defensive coordinators in the entire NFL. Those guys are awesome with what they do. 36 pressures against the Rams, a massive number. Nick Bosa, by himself, had 14. I think Micah Parsons is going to be smelling some blood in the water against a Rams offensive line that is banged up, as Matthew Stafford hasn't looked right so far this season. So how many sacks this week for the Dallas Cowboys? Drop that number for me. Only 2 last week for the Rams, or for the Cowboys against the Commanders, but a ton of pressures, multiple intentional grounding calls. The pass rush got home a lot, and I think you'll see the Rams game plan. Quick passes, probably a lot of tunnel screens, stuff like that to get the ball out quickly, because teams are terrified of the Cowboys pass rush, as they should be. Number 3, you know what you've done great as of late? Win the turnover battle. Your quarterback's not throwing INTs that count. There were 2 negated, but hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. You won. You forced a couple there. The 34 whatever takeaways in a year, probably not going to happen this year. But if you can get 1 or 2, and your offense doesn't turn the ball over and give the opposing offense great field position, that's going to help you in a big way. Number 4, Dan Quinn's assignment to his players, by the way, was watch this game. Watch Monday Night Football like I did, and I'm sure so many of you did. Do what the Niners just did. I'm going to show you Jimmy Garoppolo's stats against the Rams. 59.2%, 239, and 1 touchdown, which is almost identical to what Cooper Rush has done in his starts this year. He's averaging actually a bit over 60%, just under 240 passing yards, and about a touchdown per game. Who here believes Cooper Rush can do that? I do. The Niners laid out the playbook of how to beat the Rams. They ran the football effectively. They have an awesome defense and the game manager at QB. Now, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Cooper Rush. I think Shanahan's a better offensive play caller than Kellen Moore, but you can do that. You can do what the Niners did to the Rams, because your offensive line, as banged up as the Niners are, I think Cowboys' offensive line is better. I don't see, as long as you play well, as long as you're coached up and good to go, why you can't do what the Niners did in prime time. Finally, it's not often that America's team can play the underdog card, can play the nobody believes in us chip. I think Mike McCarthy's played that pretty often this year, and now you're an underdog again. You were a favorite last week. Play that underdog card again and get the mindset. I think there has been some Ewing theory, by the way, at play for this Cowboys team without Dak Prescott, if only from your coaching staff. I kind of think Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore were like, shit, we're going to get fired if we don't step up our games. And I think that's worked from McCarthy and for Kellen Moore, and I hope it continues as the weeks go on. All right, as promised, my score prediction. Give me the positive vibes. Give me the Cowboys over the Rams. It's an upset. I feel a lot better about this game after watching Monday Night Football than I did at kickoff of Monday Night Football. I feel better because the Rams didn't play well. Are you going to get a pissed-off Rams team or a Rams team that's beatable? The answer is yes. You're getting both, I think, but you can win it. So I'm going to send the good vibes out there. Give me Dallas 20, Rams 17.